Thank you very much for coming out. I'm Paul Little. I know everybody. I'm the CEO of the Chamber. And we really appreciate Joan Decor and Merlin Froyd from Thorson GMC Buick coming here to do a presentation about customer service. First, I want to introduce Salvatrice Como. Salvatrice is in charge of the Small Business Development Center here at Pasadena City College, and she's also the person who's responsible for, one, co-producing this event, but also for letting us have the space, which we appreciate very much. And Salvatrice has lots of services for small business.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our home. Again, my name is Salvatrice. I'm the director for the Small Business Development Center, also known as SBDC. Help and talking. And I'll put my information along with the website. Well, what we are set forth to do as an SBDC is serve our business community in the capacity for which they need. It's no cost, one-on-one consulting. And the reason why it's at no cost is because we are sponsored by, supported by the SBA and Pasadena City College. So those are our two funding sources for which we can then push out services at no cost. So we enjoy greatly working with chambers and economic development agencies and associations, like-minded associations, so we can really hone in and help the business owner at whatever phase of development that they may be in. Welcome. This is one of many that we will be supporting the chamber with. Happy to have housed here. And I'm going to leave my information up here, but please feel free to contact me at any time. I'll leave my cell phone number too, because I'm never in the office. So just shoot me a text or whatever. Let me know what you need. I'll be happy to help. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to introduce myself first, and then we'll So I'm Joan Souza. And currently I have an online candle business, but the majority of my career was as the customer service manager at Los Angeles Times. So we had a call center that we were real proud of. We had 200 reps on one side and 200 on the other side of the hall, and I was in charge of the 200 on the right side of the hall. And we had thousands of calls that came in every single day. And then I also coordinated the implementation of a huge computer system that came in. When we first started there, we were using books to keep track of all of the transactions for the newspaper. And we switched over to a computer system that was supposed to take 2 years to design and implement, and it took 7 years. So, and I coordinated, I was what they call the user coordinator. So I got to meet with all the techies. And the techies would then put together what we needed as users. And I sat in, I don't know how many meetings, where I would say, I want a purple blinking screen. Then you better tell me why I can't have a purple blinking screen. And then I'll tell you why I need it. So it was really a lot of fun. It was a great program that was put together. And it lasted for many, many years. They just shut it down about a year ago because Chicago had come in and kind of destroyed the Los Angeles Times. But anyway. It was a great newspaper. The Chalmers were a great family, and it was a great newspaper. So that's my background where it comes to customer service, but more customer experience. We're going to talk about that. That's even more important. What is my partner here?
Yes.
Merlin.
I'm Merlin Froyd, originally from Minnesota. Moved out to California in 2001 to pursue acting. I know, the only one that's ever done that. I did so well, I ended up selling suits at Macy's. And then I got into the car business, and I've been in the car business ever since. I run Thorson Buick GMC down the road from here. We started, when I got there about 4.5 years ago, we were one of the last Buick dealerships in the state of California. We're now the #1 Buick dealership in the state of California. And it's just a good time. I work in an industry where if you can provide even an inkling of good customer service, it completely changes how your business operates. So I'm excited to go with Joan here and go through the customer experience, some of the stuff that's worked for her as well as myself. And hopefully you all can take this away from you and it will help you sell more, it will help you retain your customers better, and overall it will help the referral process. So we're excited for that. And Joan's actually going to start, so I'm going to turn it back to Joan.
So what we want to do, what we've done before, is we're going to go around the room and you're going to tell me who you are and what you do. But I want to try try a little something with you that we've done before. I'm going to pick on my friend over here, Brother John. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to say, hi, I'm Joan Souza. Who are you?
I'm John Liano.
John Liano, what do you do?
I am a long-term care specialist with primary.
Long-term care specialist. Okay, so what do you do?
I sell long-term care insurance to old people and young people. Anyone breathing that can pay a premium.
Okay. So what do? Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't want you to just read off your business card. I don't want you to say, I'm a long-term care specialist. Tell me something really exciting that results from what you do.
Get paid. That's real exciting. Keeps me off the street and out of trouble, and feeds the family, keeps the lights on, and
yeah, you were pleading for us to buy something from you at the last chamber, weren't you? It was like I had to get.
Yeah, I got into a little bit of trouble at home.
Yeah. So think about as you're going around what it is that you actually do. Don't just tell me the company you work for, that you're a CPA. Tell me what it is that excites you. What's your passion about what it is that you do? Joan Souza.
Barber Road.
Oh, okay, Barber.
I teach people how to make presentations and not be nervous and not be boring.
Very good. She's done this before, just Joan Souza.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rambit. I'm an immigration attorney. I help people get green cards, become citizens, and I also keep families together by preventing deportations.
So what does your business card say?
It says immigration attorney.
No, but what's the little slogan you have on it?
It says, now that you have one of my green cards, let me help you get one of yours.
So that's a little tagline that's going to work for him. Hi, I'm Joan Souza.
Erica Kennington.
Erica, what do you do?
I'm a personal shopper and stylist for a fashion designer. I dress women.
You dress women. Do you dress men?
I do.
Oh.
But in LA, not in Pasadena.
Okay. Okay. And what's the company that you represent?
Trina Church.
And do you dress them for corporate America, or if a stay-at-home mom? Who do you dress?
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay. Okay. So you want to talk about that when you say, I'm a personal, I do shopping or I dress someone. Tell them exactly what it is that you do. Because someone, when you say that, someone who's a stay-at-home mom would say, well, I'm not in corporate America, so I guess I can't do business with her. So, okay.
Hey, Joan, Ben Green.
Ben Green.
I own Ben Green Insurance Agency here in Pasadena, and I specialize in workers' comp.
Oh, lucky you.
Most importantly, I'm a certified workers' compensation advisor. My target market is employers with 50 or under employees.
Oh, smart.
And I help them manage and understand what goes into their experience modifier, everything from hiring to claims management to pricing and finding the right coverage for them.
Okay, so tell me something in real basic English, what workman's comp will do, why a company needs workman's comp.
Well, the whole industry, especially the insurance companies, are not your friend. And me as a broker agent, I go and work within the laws of the insurance to mitigate risk and to help people navigate, because claims adjusters have one job and one job only, and they're pushing paper all day. Our job is to make sure that that paper looks superior and gets their attention and gets things off their desk moving forward to end up saving the employers far more money than where they would be if they didn't have my service.
Okay, so does that make more sense to everybody? So he's a broker. He's not just hooked to one company. You can help with all sorts of different companies. And workman's comp is a big issue or a big category for a lot of companies. I know at the LA Times, workman's comp was huge. So, hi, I'm Joan Souza.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, what do you do?
I'm a business development manager for a payroll and HR company here in Pasadena. Mostly I go and I meet people.
You meet people. And what do you tell those people?
I tell them that we have a local payroll and HR company that can take them from their basic non-automation up to automation, relieve stress to the small or large business owner.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Ever get what she does? Yeah? John Souza.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, nice to meet you, Lauren.
I own a video production company called Brigade One.
Brigade One?
Yes.
Where'd that come from?
We are an elite unit of creatives, and that's how the name came. We are multidisciplinary. We wear many hats. So typically it takes a lot of people that create a video production. We show up with a commando team.
Oh, see, there you go. I was waiting for a military connection. There you go. Okay.
So we're able to do a lot with little resources. I create video for media brands, agencies, and small businesses. And at the end of the day, telling stories through video to help people.
Oh, good. You've already made a connection today, haven't you? Traded cards with Merlin over there. Hi, Joan Souza.
Hello, Vicky Garcia.
Vicky, nice to meet you. What do you do?
I am an operations director at the Pasadena Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, you know my friend Nancy Davidson.
I work in her office. I wear many hats. My main job is to check in families.
Check them in for what? In case people don't know what Ronald McDonald House does.
We're housing for families that have children that are going through medical treatment. So I work closely with the hospitals. We figure out which families qualify to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. I make sure that the applications are completed. I go over the rules and expectations of the families. I am there for them if they need any resources, transportation, etc.
You have to be emotionally strong, don't you?
Yes. And then I help with volunteers. I do the information sessions, the background checks, make sure that they know what different tasks need to be completed on a day-to-day basis, and then overall building and maintenance if anything's wrong at the house. And then I'm on call 24/7, and I have 6 people in my team. So that's what I do. But what I love about my job is I get to meet amazing and wonderful families that come through our doors, and just being able to help them through the process that they're going through is just great. So I love
welcome. Welcome. Ms. Altrese, want to add anything else to what you said earlier?
Yay!
No? Are you good?
Now the party starts.
So, Ms. Kelly. Joan Souza, yes. You have to know.
Hi, I'm Kelly Sharon with the Pasadena Gym.
And what do you do?
I'm the member services manager, and I help businesses in Pasadena to network with one another and to network with other potential business partners. And a lot more, but
yeah. We know. One more person.
Hello.
Joan Souza.
Nicola Boyle Photography.
What do you do?
I'm a professional wedding and portrait photographer.
What do you do, Nicola? You know everything.
I capture and appreciate.
In you. Okay, thank you very much. And always think about that when you're talking to somebody. Don't become robotic where you go up to somebody. Hi, I'm Joan Souza. I sell candles. What is that? So make sure that you are expressing your passion to people, because they're more likely to do business with you if they feel that you really love what you do. Okay, so always think about what do I do? What do I do? Write it down to make it a little bit easier for you. Now, what we want to start off with is the importance of a name. So some of the people that we've heard here have a specific name for their business. Some are within a company that's a larger company. So some of the companies that we know right off the bat are the big guys, like Apple and Disney and who else? Amazon.
Thorson.
And what these companies found was that they had a product, a strong product, that they could sell, but they found that they kept their customers by putting together a customer experience for their customers. Okay? So that's what you want to think about too. You may have a fantastic product, but if you don't have a customer experience, they're not going to come back. They're going to want to know what it is. So your experience to start with this morning or this afternoon was chocolate cookies. That's going to make you stay awake. Oh, good. Chocolate cookies. That's what they like them? No, they're not gluten. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so tell me a company that comes right to your head that you use on a regular basis and why you keep going back. Yeah.
I like to use Constant Contact because there's plenty of email marketing platforms out there. But truth be told, their customer service is pretty stellar. And I can literally call at any time, and I will get an answer back immediately.
And their customer experience experience as well as their customer service. Do you know where their health center is located? It's located in the United States. That's the key. It's located in the United States. My call center was outsourced to La Crosse, Wisconsin when we were at the LA Times. It's okay, it's still in the country. But it's now in the Philippines, which just drives me batty. They do have a local newspaper using a customer service operation in the Philippines. And a lot of times you will get a customer service rep who doesn't know the difference between constant and customer. So that's not a good customer experience. Okay? So anybody else that has a company that they use that may not be one of the big boys, but has good customer experience?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Okay. And what is it about them that you like?
Because their prices are lower than other places, because no matter who you talk to, they take responsibility for whatever it is, that if you have to return something, you get no hassle, that the quality of their things are top quality.
Yeah.
And they just feel comfortable because they don't walk away from telling what they're doing.
And when I go to Trader Joe's as well as Whole Foods, I feel very warm. I feel like I'm going home. I feel like it's a home setting. I feel people are very friendly to me, but it's not forced. The one thing I don't like is going into, and they are my bank, Wells Fargo. I can't stand going in there because there's someone who comes up to me right away and says, "Hi, how are you? Great to see you today." And next thing I know, there's somebody right behind me, and I'm dropped like a hot potato. That's forced customer service. I don't know. Be friendly, be warm, welcome them into your home. That keeps us that way. But I agree. It's great. Shall we do take one?
Take one?
Well,
Okay.
let's go into do this.
Okay, yeah, so to go off of what she said, I think one of the things you have to write down right now is just take a minute, 2 minutes to do this. What is one thing that makes your customer experience different than everybody else's that you're competing with? I know, I can say yours, one of them, is that Nicola actually has a studio at her house, which is completely different than going to a Walmart to take your photos or going to a studio that's cold and concrete and fake. She actually sets up a studio. So that's different. I know Brother John's is different because he has humor. Most insurance agents were blessed without a personality. So why don't you take like 2 minutes to write down one thing right now you know you're different than everybody else.
Within my business?
Yeah.
Or how was my...
Customers, what is your customer experience? How is your customer experience different from anybody else that does similar stuff that you do?
I have my customer.
You hug your customer. Very good. Very good.
What was that?
She hugs her customer. Which I would say that the majority of the population is actually appreciative of that or okay with that because we've gotten so PC where we're literally preach don't touch, don't look, don't even smile at me, right? So very, very interesting. Very interesting. Anybody else? What makes your experience different? Elizabeth.
I was thinking if all of our executive team up to our budget, we roll up their sleeves and get involved.
Okay.
Fixing an issue very fast. I was filming a commercial yesterday with the CPA, and he talked about that in his little blurb about why he likes it, is that everyone will make sure that something happens. It doesn't matter their title,
Right.
they care about each of their clients.
So you're not going to be like, well, you know what, you should really call extension 349. They'll figure it out. Or extension 221. Or good, very good. And you were raising your hand.
One-on-one experience.
Okay.
So typically a bigger creative shop would pass you on to someone else once you're in the door.
Interesting, very good. Yeah, so they sign you up, they sell you, and then they're like, okay, you're going to meet somebody else, probably from the Philippines or somewhere else. Okay, gotcha. So with that in mind, there's 3 great slogans right now that should be on your business cards automatically. We give hugs, we roll up our sleeves, and we give you a personal experience. The thing is, we think every single time that everybody we come across notices something and knows what we stand for, and the truth is they don't. They don't. I'll give you a car experience because I run a dealership. A customer comes in and they say, I want $4,000 for my car. Okay, right? Everybody wants so much money for their car. They see the car every day. The problem with seeing the car every day is you start forgetting other things that may have happened to your car. So we have a procedure where we'll go out and we'll actually walk around the car and we will actually touch scratches and dings, and then customers go, oh, that's right, I forgot, I hit a tree. Oh, that's right, I did that. Oh, that's right, I did that. And pretty soon the customer's realistic about their car. Now, could that possibly happen to your business? Okay, John does long-term health care, health insurance. So, great. But John, I've been John's customer for 5-6 years. Well, pretty soon all I know is it's John. If I'm with Elizabeth. I keep forgetting that she rolls up her sleeves. This is a slogan that should be on your business card. You need to remind people you're dealing with. Hi, I'm going to give you personal experience. I give hugs. Nobody else gives hugs. It makes you stand out. So that's something to put on your business card. Now, is my name tag on the right side?
I don't know, what do you think?
Is my name tag on the right
My
side?
name
I heard it
tag.
right.
Who's
Okay.
right? This is correct. John's is right.
All right.
Why is mine right? Wait a minute, hold on. Why is mine right?
Shake someone's hand. Yeah. I
Yes,
thought
and when you see
women-
Merlin, it's over on the other side, and especially for we women, we don't want to lose our cost like that. So it'd be nice to just put it on the right.
She puts one on both sides. Anyway, but so
And you can
name
put that on
tag.
your business card, there you go.
Name tag. Here's the thing. I cannot stress this enough. Get name tags for your business.
And also
Please.
make your name tags unique.
Yeah.
Now, I love Merlin, and he has really no choice but to Thorson.
Yeah.
And
I know, it's boring, but you'll notice one of the things on my name tags that I did is I put down my city and state of birth. So mine says Bemidji, Minnesota. The thing about your name tags is that you want them to notice it, but you want to possibly find, everybody's heard of this, common ground. Common ground. They may not, it's amazing. 90% of the people I've ever met have never been to Minnesota, but they know somebody who's related to somebody who's distantly related to somebody that's a friend on Facebook that has been to Minnesota and they saw a picture by a lake. So one of the things you guys want to do, you're meeting people every single day. Your name is important. I've asked people this repeatedly. I'm going to do 2 quick things, and then we're going to get into the business cards. What's the most important word to a human being? We like hearing this more than anything else.
Their own name.
Their own name! Bingo! Their own name. Now, homework for you today. Simple. Write this down. I want you to write it down. You're going to go to either a grocery store today or you're going to go to a restaurant. And when you're checking out, I want you to use the person's name that's ringing you up. And I just want you to personally make sure you know how they react to you when they use your name. And don't do it weird. Nicola, don't be like, hey, John. Don't do that. Use their name and just see how it changes their attitude. If their name is important, so is your name. They are going to feel a lot more. You can come in. Hi. Oh, you brought the Chick-fil-A? It's my favorite. Come on in. Come on in. I love Chick-fil-A. So far, you're my favorite pupils. I hate all of them. No, just joking. So, name. Here's the thing. To get information, you have to give information. You can't just come up to somebody and say, hi, thank you so much. I take pictures. What's your name? That's weird. That's weird. But if you come up and say, hi, I'm Nicola, which I'm not, because you are. But if you come up and introduce yourself, the customer's going to feel much more important. You need to make sure that they can see your name. If you don't have name tags, shame on you. You need to have a name tag. Second off, if you know that their name is the most important word to a human language in business, especially you selling stuff that costs lots of money sometimes, or very cheap, actually, sorry. You guys sign up with them today. Or you, whatever it is, if you know their name is most important, what should you do? Use it. Use the name. Use the name. My friend, when I was running for Congress in 2010, my campaign manager said, Merlin, you drive me up a wall because you use my name more than everybody else. I said, well, that's strange, Hillary. You know, Hillary, nobody's ever pointed that out before, but Hillary, I'm glad you did. The thing is, if it's their most important name, this is what you should say more than anything else. You shouldn't talk about photography more than their name. You shouldn't ever use a sentence about insurance or filming without mentioning their name. Now, if their name is the most important word to a human person, what do you think the most important subject is that they like talking about? Themselves! That's amazing! So I'm going to give you the best advice that I can give you when talking to one of your customers. And I want you to write this down and underline it. Shut up. Shut up. We have this weird thing in our minds that we want to be the smartest person in the room. So we are going to go on and go on and go on and talk about us and about our product and about how great we are without finding out how we can actually assist the customer. So if you want them, if you know that their name is the most important thing and themselves is the most important subject, what you should be doing more than anything besides being quiet is when you do speak, you should be asking questions. And we're actually going to be getting into that a little bit later, and I'm going to give you advice of questions you should ask to get a good response from it. Because the truth is, I'm going to tell you the absolute truth. I've lost 12 pounds in the last 3 months, right? I went to buy pants, and I have no sense of style. Hence, I'm wearing an army khaki shirt with gray pants. And I ended up buying these pants, and they literally have a spandex waistband. They do. I don't know how I ended up. They're very comfortable. I get why older people do it. But I need help. So this is something you should know. You should ask questions. You see, Merlin, who the heck picked that up? What'd you say?
Buttoning your pants are
They're very adjustable. They're very adjustable. The problem is they don't go in once you lose weight. That's why they're like, I've got these little like, look at that. Look at that. It's right here. That's the spandex part. Anyway, I'll fix that later. Okay, let's go to the business card. Yeah, I definitely need help. I need help. I go to Macy's and they're like, they turn away, they're like, we're all people. Anyway, so guys, moving on to business cards. Business cards. Oh wait.
You want to make sure too that your business card, and granted, some of your companies you're not going to be able to. You have to go use their design, and it's kind of boring. Anyways, but if you can make your own. If you look at my name tag right now, what do you notice first? Because I wear this all the time when I'm out, and I'm the vice chair of membership for the chamber, and I bring in people to the chamber because they start off the conversation when I'm standing at the grocery store and they want to know what do they see when they see my name? The rows, exactly. That's what they start with. Do you want to know? Well, no, I don't. But let me tell you, in the chamber we have the blah, 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 blah. I go on and on and on. There's another thing that they might see. Ambassador. Wow, that's impressive. People go, what does that mean? So then I explain to them what that means, and I talk about, again, the chamber. So it comes around to what I'm doing. All right? So you want to make sure your name tag is unique and different, if you can. If you're with a big company, I know they make you use their name tags. But maybe when you're out and about and somebody doesn't know, you have your own name tag. You just put something on there. Like Nicola, you get on your name to say, say again, sorry? If you have a name tag, you can put your tag on it, right? Yes. And people would say, well, what's that mean? What do? You want something on your name tag that's going to start a conversation. They're going to ask questions. What it is that you do.
Yeah. I was just thinking, you get hugs is a great slogan.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck does that mean? You get hugs. I dress you so well, you get hugs. I mean, I don't know. I can't do that. Maybe I should use that for Buick.
Yeah.
I give hugs. That sounds like a Hershey sales rep. That sells Hershey Kisses. No, too soon? It does. But not too long hugs. That gets weird. Okay, now, business cards. I'm going to ask you a couple things. Now, you're going to see, I brought my business cards. I should have brought my other business cards because I'm going to teach you something. You're going to be like, well, why didn't you follow through with it? First off, please know this. Get rid of Post-it notes. Get rid of your yellow Post-it notes. You have a habit of writing notes for people and putting them on a Post-it note. You give them a Post-it note. Why not use your business cards? They're very, very cheap. They're very, very cheap. Write your notes to people. If you say, hey, pick up my dry cleaning at 3 o'clock, write it on the back of your business card. If you say, do this, do that, put it on a business card. Don't put it on a piece of a note card. Don't do it. Okay, so, and I'll tell you why. If somebody drops a Post-it note, your information's nowhere. If somebody drops a business card, your information's somewhere, and you have a chance that maybe, just maybe, they'll pick it up. The other thing I'm going to say is with your business card, besides using it as a Post-it note, first off, don't get business cards you can't write on. Okay? If you notice, both Joan's and my business card, they're not glossy coverage. Great. Is there any printers in here? Okay, there's a few great printers. Go to the chamber website. They can make business cards for very inexpensive. But get dull business cards. The other thing I'm going to suggest that you do, and this is as old school as you can get, is don't put your cell phone on your business card. Now, I've got 2 business cards. One for vendors, which has a number I made up on it. And then one for my friends and family. Okay, so here's the thing. When you have your business cards, the reason I don't want you to put your cell phone on it is because what you're going to do when you're handing out your business cards, I'm going to pretend this does not have my cell phone number. I'm going to be like, thank you so much for coming in and visiting my dealership. Here's my card. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I don't always do this, but I'm going to give you my cell phone. And then that way, if you ever need anything, please feel free to call me. But whatever you do, please don't give it out to everybody. That is the right number, actually. Yes. That's all right. That's my best pickup line, actually. No, but the thing is, I just made it personal. I made the customer feel special. I made the customer feel unique. Here's what I find that's odd. If you go through my big normal wallet I carry around, I will pull out 4 or 5 business cards that have been in my wallet forever. And the reason I haven't thrown them away is because they have somebody wrote their phone number on their business card. And I'm too lazy to save it into my cell phone. It's weird how that happens. So just use that. Don't put your cell phone on. Put a general 1-800 number or whatever. Put your email address, or if you don't use that as an email address, don't put your email on it. Hey, this has my cell phone, but by the way, here's my email address, okay? Great for you to use for insurance. This is a great idea for all of you guys to use. You just want to make it personal. I have a friend, the first person who taught me that, actually asked the customer to give them their wallet. They said, okay, thank you so much for coming. Can I see your wallet? And they're like, sure. And they give them the wallet and they say, great, I'm going to put my business card. Oh, you know what? Let me write my cell phone on it. And I'm going to put my card in your business card. Here you go. And literally, that's how he did it. And it's the weirdest thing. Customers will pick up business cards if you put something personal on it. You can put your picture on it, whoop-de-frickin' do. Write on it, write a little something on it that's personal, they won't throw it away and they'll actually remember it. Trust me on that, it's dumb. The greatest thing about customer service and customer experience, 90% of the time is you'll have more success if you actually do it. Actually do it. It's amazing. This isn't rocket science. You have to do it, and it will actually come true. So that's what I've got for business cards and that. I'm not going to go into the easy stuff for you.
I'm going to do the
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So customer experience and person, you want to make sure that you have something something unique to what it is that you do. Like we have the hugger here. This is perfect. She does hugging. So I found this really fantastic book. It's called Simple Truths of Service. And there's some really great stories in here, and there's one that I just fell in love with, and it's called Johnny Bagger. I know Barbara, we talked about it the first time. Has anybody else heard about Johnny Bagger? Well, what it was a grocery store in the Midwest that was struggling, and they gathered their employees together and said, we want you to come up with an idea as to why, or what we can do to increase our sales and get more people in here. I make cookies, so I want you to make sure you have some cookies. And so Johnny was a special needs individual, young man, and he went home to his dad and he said, what's nice? You know? And so the two of them sat down, and Johnny came up with this idea that what he was going to do was going to write a special note of the day, what his thought was for the day to share with his team. So what he would do is when he would bag the groceries for the day in his line, he would put that special note in each bag. And so within a week, there were, the grocery store couldn't figure out why all of a sudden there was a big line for John. And they wanted to encourage people to come over to these other checkers. And I said, no, we have to get the thought of the day. Because Johnny's putting a thought of the day in the bag. How simple. It was just a simple little note, but they loved it. And these people were waiting for that thought of the day. So there was also a person that worked at, what was LA at? A major airport, where people lose their tags, their baggage tags. And what this person did is he put together a special little thank you note and he put it in an envelope and he sent the tag back to the individuals that lost their tags. So again, something very, very simple. Now I had some personal experiences that I want to share. One is with Thorson. My dad is 93 and he lives with us, and he's in a power chair and we also have a manual chair. So we were looking for a car that we could get him in and out of. So when you go buy a car, you just go down and pick out a color and you sit in the driveway and think it's great, right? Okay, wait till you get a 93-year-old that's in a wheelchair. And you have to not only measure the car, we did all sorts of things in the middle. We got my dad in the car, we drove around. Now, what we did though is when the first time we went, we didn't have my dad with me. So Olivia, who no longer works with us, but anyway, she said, I said, I don't think your trunk's going to hold the wheelchair. It's a wide wheelchair. And she said, well, let's go to your house. We'll go to my house. I said, sure, let's go to your house. So we went up to my house, and I pulled out the wheelchair, and sure enough, it did not fit in the trunk. It didn't fit in. So she saved me a ton of money because we could have bought that car and then we would have been stuck. Although Merlin, I'm sure, would have given me something another car. Now, so I highly recommend Thorson because they give you an excellent customer experience. The other person I'm going to recommend, her name is Sue, and she works at the Sears right here in Kingston. I went to her because I thought my dishwasher was broken, and I was getting all sorts of junk on the dishes and the glasses when I went in, and I said I need a dishwasher. She said, well, tell me, what's happening? Does it work? Does it not? I said, well, yeah, but I have all this junk, blah, blah, blah. She goes, hold on for a second. She goes back, she comes back to me, and she has this bottle. She says, I want you to run this in the dishwasher. I think your dishwasher is just clogged with junk. And you can get rid of it by just running this bottle in the dishwasher. Sure enough, this $3 bottle saved me $600, whatever it cost for the dishwasher. And I went back into her and I said, thank you very much. I said, you work on commission? And she said, you're commission. I said, you're amazing. You just gave me the best customer experience. Because now I'm going to tell anybody that I see, go see Sue, who's worked at Sears for 36 years. Because she did not try and sell me something that I didn't need. I went back to her a year later when my washer, and it really did, this one did break. So I went to her and reminded her of the story, and I bought the washer for her. She did again. She went along and she started off at the $1,500 one and then went right to all the washers. So she told me which one that she thought would be best for me. And it wasn't the $1,500 one, but she would have made the most commission. So those are the kind of customer experiences we're talking about. Share that with all of your customers, and you're going to have returns. You're going to have people that are going to come back to you on their basis, and they're going to send their family and friends to you as well because of the experience that they have. Okay? So in-person customer experience is the best.
Most important topic when you're trying to make a sale, and also when you're trying to service the customer as well as you can to make sure that they're happy. So again, let's say this first off. Are any of you making cold calls? No, right? Customers are actually walking in your door, right? So they're already 10% sold on what you're doing. They're coming to you because they need insurance. They're coming to you for HR. They're coming to you for photography. They're coming to you because they know that, A, you probably have something to do with filming and stuff like that. So we already know that. What I'm going to challenge you to do, and this will help not only increase your customer satisfaction, it will also increase your sales, is again start off by getting them to talk about what they are looking for first. And how I do that is you want to ask them what do they like about whatever they're seeing you about, and I'll get into that a little bit more, and what don't they like about what they currently have. So in other words, if they have insurance, right? My question, John, do most of the people you talk to already have some form of insurance?
Yes.
Okay, so some form of insurance. Same with you, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I ask you, Elizabeth, do most of the people you talk to already have some form of HR process or stuff like that?
Half.
Half of them? Okay. And Nicola, do most people have taken pictures before, right?
Yeah, like 90%.
Okay, 90%. And I'm assuming some people have bought clothing. Good, okay. Some people have talked. Now, yeah, some of you are fine picking on it. Absolutely. And some of the people have probably gone through film experiences before. 50-50. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, even if they've never done this before, you can also say, come on in, come on in. You can also say, have you ever heard of somebody that's had a film experience before? Have you ever heard of somebody that's gone with a different HR company? And what I want you to do is get them to talk first. All right, and you're going to use their name. All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much. Can you tell me what are 3 things you like currently about the HR people or program that you currently use? And you got to get 3 things. Have to get 3. 1 is not going to cut it. 2, you're going to have a 50% closing ratio. 3, you're going to be deadly. What?